Evening, everybody. System Chalk here with another episode of the Apostle Obsonate playthrough of Cultist Simulator, playing as Ike Upscribe. So, we have the Suppression Bureau hot on our trail in 5 seconds. They're probably going to be looking for evidence, and I think I got my timings wrong because I need to make sure this damning evidence is gone by the time they're looking for it. And so I should have started this about a minute earlier. But it's too late. We'll see how it turns out. But the most likely consequence is going to be the loss of one of my followers, given that I'm dealing with my fascination as well. That's going to be hitting us in 24 seconds, and so it's going to take me a while to make it back to the Mantis for potential favor from authority. But we'll see what happens. That's my main focus right now. The expedition still has at least one more funds. And hopefully that will be enough to deal with the occupant. There we go. The hunters found notoriety. They will try to use it to create or upgrade evidence. If they're meticulous, they'll always succeed. If they're erratic, they're more likely to fail, but they can occasionally create evidence even without notoriety. So I've got 30 seconds here. This is damning, so they're going to take it to trial. In 23 seconds, I'll be able to start the effort to go to the Mantis. So I think that means I might get one shot at getting that favor from authority, but I'm not optimistic, let's say. I've delayed them coming after us in our dreams. That might turn out for me because that fascination just got picked up. The dread's going to be hit after that. So the serpent's mouth is large enough to crouch in. Its tongue is the thickness of a man's shoulders, but almost certainly it will respect the power that we bear. Okay, so commission's done. Let's go back to Glover and Glover before we get fired. The scratching of pens, the sourness of dust, the sighing of the younger Glover, and the greedy gurgling of the elder. So nothing to be done with our disciple anymore. So, a trial. The Suppression Bureau is seeking an associate of mine for questioning. If they can't find one, they'll come after me directly. So Eldridge just got picked up, one of my edge followers. So out of everything, this is probably not the biggest hit that I could take. But let's see if we can try and get Eldridge out of trouble. So we will go through the white door. My dreams, I know the path to the white door through the bounds, but that path is thronged with the dead who pass that way. I will need health to resist their chill. Now I can approach the white door through the bounds. Now I can press my fingers to it, feel its chill, watch it swing open. As it opens, my mouth closes, tightens, heals over like a lost deformity. Around and about me is the cobalt light of the Mantis, and that's going to take a full minute, so again, just too late on all of the timings. We'll talk with Jannings about getting another commission and get used to a life without one of my edge followers. Sorry, I should have turned in that commission. I know who we're dedicating this commission to if we lose Eldridge. How's that commission coming along? I'm looking forward to your thoughts. What the doctor requested. 10 seconds and we're good to go. The serpent's sorrow. It lowers its great head. Moisture seeps from its lidless eyes. Is it weeping? Does it remember its eldest sister, whose power we call upon? And the conclusion of Lord Franklin Bancroft Diaries, 1750 to 1790. The mantra here recorded is a high and exacting magic which can be used to pledge one's spirit to the watchman, beginning an ascent to the house. Bancroft boasts of his ability to recite it when in his cups. He also had it set to music for a performance with fireworks at Vauxhall Gardens. So we have the unmerciful mantra, which we actually already had. And I guess it's just a question in terms of translating and reading again, so those who do not sleep. Lock the study door, the work begins. Alright, there are crimes the state does not openly recognize. My associate has been implicated in one of these. The Suppression Bureau holds its trials in closed court, and they are not merciful. Unless I can take advantage of a connection, my associate may be gone forever. So here, we can only use a favor from authority to get this fixed. I've received the currency of the secret world, and my patron has let tantalizing information slip. Not the kind of information I need right now, though. Okay, I don't think there's anything with the talk verb for me to do at the moment, so we'll just leave that be for now. Well, okay, there is actually one thing that I can do. We'll send Leo off to clean up our reputation. This is more in anticipation of the notoriety that we'll be gaining in a little bit. So that we had anticipated. Season of Despair is coming up, so we should be alright. And no reputation to paint with right now, so at this point I will I'll keep doing the commissions. So here it's a simple forge job, and we will toss our reason in. This may be useful for a commission. And the moment of truth. No favor from authority. Clouds part, walls creak, old wounds ache. Last night, in the great pavilion above the grey sprawl of the Bounds, a woman who once called herself Teresa Gallagher sat on gilt-fringed cushions and offered me a horn cup of green wine. The wine is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To investigate the Mansis, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So here, let us share a secret. And her breath tickled my ear. So, nothing we can do in 26 seconds. I can, however, heal my affliction. So, Eldridge takes the fall, and we go on. We go on with our day. I'm also out of money. Oh, no, I'm not. It's just up here. Alright, we've prepared the text for study. The mystic Broadnax discusses the origins of the Sister and Witch and of the Thunderskin. The Sister and Witch were born in two wombs, one poor, one rich, across the sea. The sister was stronger in the aspect of heart, and so their survival was assured. The witch was stronger in the aspect of grail, and so they were not satisfied. Interesting. My associate has been exonerated. The evidence was not sufficiently compelling to convict them, and they're free to go, though they may harbor a grudge against me. The Bureau has been stymied for the moment. Interesting. I was not expecting that. I actually think that's something new that's happened. That's going to cause some problems when investigations come up. Let's see if there's something. I believe if I give Eldridge a gift, I would be able to fix it. The problem is, it's not so clear what gift I should be giving them right now. I don't have that many items, although I suppose that's just another argument for more expeditions. The standards of Daylight Society cannot apply to us, but perhaps we won't emphasize that point. Perhaps we'll rely on charm and good humor. I have supplied elegant platitudes about the high principles of our organization. Alright. Season Fast Vision's coming up next. The chapel crypt is flooded, and the water soupy with old corpse matter. Hang on. There are ruins beneath the water, just beneath, at waiting depth. The lake has risen a little in all these years, but not enough to keep us out. The chapel crypt is flooded, and the water's soupy with old corpse matter, but at last we bring up a wax-sealed coffer. 18th century? No, older than that. Let's see what's within. Okay, so Witch-Kissed Oil goes over here. The Orchid Transfigurations, Volume 3. That is in Latin, so we'll be able to translate that. And those indignities perpetrated by the deceitful fraternity of obliviots. So let's go to Oriflamme's before I start running into money trouble. I might hang on to the Bronze Spin Tray. I think I'm going to use Valsine for that so we can get a little extra in out of our Noonstone. But for the time being, let's Sell the Spintrea. We perch on alarming Rietveld chairs in a windowless auction room with vividly burnt orange walls, waiting for the auctioneer to announce what he's offering. The reek of new paint makes the brain spin. Few of the customers at Oriflamme's are students of the invisible arts. They'll buy tools of power as trophies or curiosities without any idea of their true value, but this will get their attention. So, sorry, there was another thing I was going to say about the situation I'm in. One thing I do want to be worried about as far as Eldridge goes and his loyalty is that we have a lot of expeditions, so if he does ultimately turn into a rival, there is the potential that they are going to gobble up a lot of expeditions that we have here. So I really do want to mind my manners for the next bit. Again, there's ways of dealing with that resentment, but it's something to keep an eye on for sure. Okay, back to Glover and Glover. We'll see if we're successful. Sick room grows close and stale, time to get up. And I think, given what we've been dealing with right now, there are some things that I eventually want to get through the stag door and higher, but I think I need to do a pretty consistent run to the white door for the next little while. Optimism is the spice which saves. Alright. At a certain angle, my thoughts reflect the Mantis light. Our enemy seeks to learn that angle. Now, we don't have any fascination, so we should be fine for now. Let's talk with Bichet and turn in the commission right away. Hello, do you have something for me? The commission. And then we'll send Leo back to the... Maybe we'll get Dorothy this time. We can't have the same face each time. But we'll deal with that other notoriety that we've gained. I've received the currency of the secret world, and my patron has let tantalizing information slip. Okay. Where'd Erudition go? There we go. It's probably... I should have thought of that, because I only had notoriety. Now I have more than one target. Ah, well. Significant conversations in a smoky meeting room. What do I need from my follower? Add to your cult, send them on cult business, or send them after enemies, or raise another matter. Not everyone is sympathetic to our aims, but if we have problems with our reputation, our disciple can probably smooth them over. Right, the auctioneer's gavel bangs. My item has sold. So, another stack of funds to tide us over, and I will send the next silver Spintrea in immediately. When the sister and witch came from the west, the Red Grail permitted their ascension, but then grew jealous of their power. It lured a great musician into the ranks of its names and caused him to be reborn from blood as the Heart Hour, so that the Grail might maintain dominion there also, but its victory is not assured. So here we have the Rite of the Seas fasting. Now this might be something that's a little more in line with what I would want to do. So this rite calls on the witch and sister to close the gap between what is and what might be. The adept pours or hurls an offering into water, preferably, but not essentially, the sea. And we have the formula Vigilant, which is a pretty significant bit of lore. It's definitely more powerful than any of the other heart lore that we've had. So unfortunately, I'm running out of room for these things, so I'm going to have to stick this one up here for now. One who watches does not sleep. One who sleeps watches not. One who watches does not sleep. One who sleeps watches not. Use this bullet with a Byzantine tinct and a meteoric bullet or other resources of equal power to summon a percussicant. Alright, we've got plenty to translate, so I shouldn't be slacking. Also known as the one who has shaven his hair, the Shaven Lock Tantra. This, as the story goes, this lore has... the story goes, is the lore that even the shape-changing Vantra is rejected. Lock the study door, the work begins. Right, time, the sundial shadow passes. I must have funds to live or I'll become ill. So we've got a bit of a break for the next turn. We've got a nice stack of funds to do expeditions with. I could try selling the other Spintrea, but that's maybe not quite as important. So I think we are going to go straight into the next expedition. So we've got Lockwood Fen. The reeking murk of the Fenlands is ripe with furtive life. Taciturn locals still watch the sacred places of small and secret gods, the ones that answer prayers. And I'm not 100% sure who I should be sending. So who does it say when I add Pope Clifton? Out in the Mudlands, somewhere, we are certain is a shrine bedecked with precious oddments. If the locals are try to kill us, we're probably heading in the right direction. All right, well, let's bring Sylvia and Porter. Clerks file out in silence. I am free for now. And we have an edge commission to do for Jannings, so we will get the task done. Last night I visited the Lodge of the Sage Knight. My hostess manifested as an elegant woman with fashionably short hair and dark glasses. No, she admits, I don't need them any more than I need eyes. Allow me my sentimentalities. But you've come for knowledge, I expect. Here's a story I heard in my Carisham days. You're welcome to it. Only remember me if you come to make the pilgrimage. Alright. Do I really want to keep spamming the white door? Well, what else am I going to do with my dream verb right now? The thing is, I know that that's eventually going to mean that I get a fascination at some point. Our spy has returned to us. So we'll toss... Wait, I did this wrong. So violet should be winter. Our white ceremonies... Oh, okay, I see what went wrong. Sleep, get back in there. I've given my agents the opportunity to serve. Let us hope this ends well. So good call on the Watchers, not so good call on the on treacherous ground. So let's put Pope Clifton in after all. I prepared the text for study. And it is the same text as before, so let's just read it. The Tantra speaks glowingly of those who are prepared to abandon their old self to seek a newer and higher self. It warns that once the change has truly begun past the third mark, a return to the old self is dangerous and painful. So we'll see how things go. The biggest worry I have is the... Oh, hang on. Did I really put two... Oh, wait, no. Okay, the two moth is fine because they'll deal with the Watchers. The worry will be if we fail on one of the tasks and one of them takes a wound. Well, a specific one taking a wound will be a problem. The other one taking a wound is not such a problem. No one understands us, or else they understand us too well. Okay, so let's get a commission. The doctor would like help with his research. Finished a commission for Jannings. And we go back to Glover and Glover. The scratching of pens, the sourness of dust, the sighing of the younger Glover, and the greedy gurgling of the elder. Alright, we have a favor from authority, which is good. Last night I dreamt of the blue silk pavilion overlooking the cloudy labyrinth of the Bounds. I listened to the mistress of this place speak of other visitors. The Suppression Bureau comes here. Do you know that? I think they hope to recruit me as an ally, she snorts derisively, after what they tried to do to Christopher. But their folly is your fortune. I will tell you something that may help you if the Bureau ever troubles you. So it's tentative evidence. It's very unlikely we're going to need that within 300 seconds. But until we've dealt with it, it would not hurt for me to make a little more effort in keeping myself protected from the kinds of problems we've been running into. So I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all, I believe the next video should be Friday. I look forward to seeing you then.